What's up everybody, welcome to my channel. This is a really different video that you guys have not seen from me. This is a new series that I'm going to be starting, which is just an interview of vegans to give advice to new vegans and other vegans who are along their process and that needs more advice and evolution with their journey on their diet. Make sure you guys subscribe and like this video and turn on post notifications to stay updated for the next videos to come. Let me know in the comments if you do or don't and we'll go from there. Anyways, I'm here with Mike, y'all, and he's a vegan. I mean, you know, he's a vegetarian, right?
I'm a vegetarian.
For how many years?
For 4 years.
Okay.
Became vegetarian in 2016, October. My wife and my oldest daughter, they're both vegans.
Okay.
And then my youngest son is a vegetarian. He's never tasted meat his entire life.
Okay, real quick, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you do? Like, who is Mike? Tell the people.
Sure. So I am a business management consultant. I run a company called Help Keep My Money, LLC, and we provide, Help Keep My Money.
That's what's up.
And we provide business management consultant services to government agencies, small businesses, nonprofits, and also provide real estate advice to real estate investors.
Man, money. Sound like money to me. Do it sound like money to y'all? Comment down below, let me know. All right, yo Mike, what made you go vegan?
So, what made me go vegetarian is I had been health conscious since about 2005. I had stopped eating red meat at that time.
Okay.
And then I was just eating chicken, turkey, and fish.
Okay.
And in 2016.
So you was doing like the pescatarian kind of vegetarian thing.
Right.
All right.
But in 2016, I had a spiritual awakening.
Okay.
And I made a conscious choice to stop eating anything that had been alive.
All right.
And so it was purely spiritual.
Okay. Wait. Let's add to that right there. So what is it? I mean, God put these animals on this earth, right? But they put them on here for our enjoyment too, right? Like, what do you think about that?
No.
Like, you don't think so?
No.
I mean,
so for our enjoyment, no.
Okay.
So, and that's why I said for me it's a spiritual thing. So I believe, you know, everything is made up of the same stuff. We're all made up of energy.
Okay.
Right. We're all made up of atoms, neutrons, protons, electrons. We just all vibrate at different frequencies to give this illusion of what we call matter.
Right.
But down, when it comes down to it, I believe that everything is spiritual beings. Okay. And so, animals have spirits and are spiritual beings also. And so, when you think of a chicken or a pig that has been raised its entire life just to be slaughtered, it lives its entire life in fear. It passes that on also through its DNA to its offspring. And so when we consume it, we're consuming that energy. So we're consuming that fear.
Y'all hear it here first.
So that's the reason why I made a conscious decision to stop eating anything that had been alive.
Okay.
Now it's different, you know, when we were hunter-gatherers, right? And we would go out and we would kill something. That animal didn't live in fear. It lived free. It was
a totally different, you know, it was just different how, like, you know, the meat back then compared to now, the effects of it. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, right. Well, I'm just talking about as far as the animal's life experience was totally different. It didn't live in fear. Plus, when we killed the animal, what's the very first thing that we did? We prayed over it, right? Exactly.
Man, okay. All right, cool. Hey, so look, I got another question for you. Well, for the people out there, I'm pretty sure they're wondering, like, yo, where does he get his protein from? He's talking all this spiritual stuff and, like, you know, he's not eating meat and all that, but, like, where does he get his protein from? So tell the people where you get your protein from.
So I get my protein from eating beans. From eating vegetables that are packed with proteins. See, so there's this misinformation about if you're vegetarian or if you're vegan and you don't eat any meat, you don't get any protein. That's bull. There are actually fruits and vegetables that have as much, if not more, protein than meat has. Really? Oh yeah, definitely. Now, I'm not a nutritionist, but I've been blessed to have a doctor through Kaiser who has actually led the Kaiser Permanente transformation as a healthcare provider of treating food as medicine first.
Whoa. So you saying Kaiser is kind of moving more in a, you know, herbal, holistic approach towards medicine, Western medicine?
Yes, they have moved. The entire Kaiser Permanente Foundation has moved from in a philosophical sense that food is medicine, and that's the first priority.
Man, that's crazy.
Yes, it is crazy.
That's like, you know, medicine taking a turn, not only for the better, but also in a way of which can lead to more healing and, you know, evolution on the planet.
Definitely.
Right?
So my doctor, and I botched up his name.
Okay.
But my doctor led this revolution. He started it here in the Antelope Valley, and it spread throughout the entire Kaiser Permanente Foundation, to where he provides seminars on the importance of what you eat is your medicine, and it's not necessarily how much you eat, but it's really what you eat. So fruits, vegetables, beans, those should be the basis of your food, and so you hear about people going on these diets. Diets don't work because diets are temporary, right? It's about lifestyle change.
Ooh, so you believe that, you know, your diet, well, not your diet, but you know, what you eat is more of a lifestyle compared to a diet, which, you know, what people would see as.
Correct. Yeah. So it's all about lifestyle, because your lifestyle is the choices that you make on a regular basis, which form your habits.
Man, y'all see that? Free game.
Your choices that you make on a regular basis, which form your habits. And that is the definition of what your lifestyle is. So if you think that you're going to go to the gym to lose 10 or 15 pounds, right? And that's your focus for only a short period of time, I can guarantee you that after you accomplish that, if it's not part of a change in habit, which becomes part of your lifestyle, you will gain that weight back.
Man, so you're saying right now that when you make a change in your life, you know, with certain things, you got to make a change for the better. You got to do it consistently to overall get the outcome that you want permanently.
Correct. And it all starts with your belief system. Right?
So, you got a book that talks about this, right?
I actually do have a book. It's called Declarations, and it's free, and we'll put the link in the comments.
Yeah, it'll be in the
description.
It'll be in the description at the very top. Check it out, y'all. I've read a little bit of it, and it's awesome. Like, if you, it's awesome. It's awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. Continue.
Yeah, but so everything we do is based on a belief system.
Correct.
Okay, and your belief system informs your thoughts, behavior, actions, and the words that you speak. Okay, which then reflect your lifestyle.
Right.
So if you're not happy with something that you're doing in your life, you have to learn to make different choices.
Correct.
And the way that you stick to making those different choices is by changing your belief system.
Right, I see that. Okay, so now look, I want to take this back to, you know, the vegan side, because I heard you mention something about, you know, it's something being very common within vegan culture. So what's your perspective on the current state of the vegan culture?
So I think that it's a
because, you know, for most people who aren't vegan, they see it as kind of like a cult where they, you know, right? Like some people see it as a cult where it's like, if you're not vegan, then it's like, it's almost, you know, oh, you gotta go?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, nah, it's all good, man. But, you know, for people who aren't vegan, they see veganism as sort of like this cult of people who, you know, see everybody that's not vegan as sort of this, you know, like they're like these really bad people, you know?
All right.
So what do you think about those types of vegan and, you know, the culture of vegan?
Sure. So it's interesting that you use the term cult, because remember, cult is just short for culture.
Right.
And so in any culture there may be extremists. Right. So in religious cultures there are extremists. You have extreme Christians, you have extreme Muslims, and so in the culture of veganism, you may have those that are extreme in that, oh, if you're not a vegan, you're a bad person.
Right.
I would say ignore those people.
Okay.
Because just understand it's all about lifestyle. And it's all about choices, right? And the question is, do you choose to live a healthier lifestyle?
Right.
So being vegetarian, being vegan, science has proven it's just healthier.
Correct. I feel that. I agree.
Our bodies, believe it or not, were not designed to eat meat.
What's the term called? Herbivore or omnivore?
Yeah. So an omnivore is a animal that eats meat. A herbivore is an animal that eats herbs, eats plants.
Oh, okay, I see. All right, bet. So I got one more question for you. Well, I got two left, and these two are kind of big to me. But man, tell me this, because before I went vegan, you know, I initially was like, yo, this is kind of weird. You know, like I'm eating plants, like I don't feel full. You know, and also, you know, eating the plants, they all break down to a very, like you don't get that sensation. You don't get, what is it called?
Fullness.
The itis. Yeah, the itis. You don't get the itis. You know?
You don't.
So I want to ask you this. My parents was raised on meat, pork, you know, chitlins and stuff like that.
So am I.
And you know, a lot of people, they're like, man, I don't want to go vegan. Like my mom was raised on this stuff. My grandma was raised on this stuff. You know, so why should I be different? Why should I question their authority when what they was raised on, you know, got them to where they're at right now, as well as where I'm at right now? So tell me, why is it important to question the authority, in this case, of your parents with our diet and what we eat?
Because everything that our parents did wasn't right. A lot of things that they did out of necessity.
Okay.
Right? So when you look at the black culture specifically, right, and you look at soul food, you gotta understand where soul food originated from. It originated from slaves eating scraps.
Right.
Right? And so,
real talk.
Real talk. And so, you know, we were just masters at using herbs and spices in order to make it taste good.
Man, so you're saying that the spices is what really makes you continue to eat and be addicted? Well, maybe not addicted.
No, it's not addictive.
But it makes what is addictive taste good.
Right. So I can do this. Any regular dish that you make, I can make or have my wife make vegetarian wise, or my daughter make, and she will season it to where it will taste as good, if not better.
Wow.
Because it's all about seasoning. It's really about seasoning.
And you know what, just to tell you, just a like side note, for me, what I'm learning, I've been vegan for 5 years, right? Alkaline vegan on and off, along with, like, you know, taking things like tofu and stuff like that every once in a while. I don't do the tofu so much, but what I've learned recently is that texture is a huge thing.
It is.
Like if you can satisfy that crunch within you, you know, that what is it, desire, you know, then you are better off, and it'll make you feel more full, like how you used to feel compared to, you know, not being vegan and going vegan.
I'll give you a prime example, right? So for those of you in the Los Angeles area, go to a Sage restaurant.
Oh man, that's the spot. I ain't gonna lie to you, I've been there before. It's like it's got like a
expensive.
Nice, yeah, they'll run you like $25.
Right? All right. I mean, it's a little expensive, but just go for the experience. Okay. And because I recommend, or you can go to the Yard House, right?
That's a new one in LA.
Yard House is nationwide. It's a chain.
Huh? I never.
You got Yard House at the mall.
Over here?
Yes.
I ain't never heard of that one. Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
But what you want to have is the vegan boneless wings.
Ooh.
Vegan boneless wings.
Okay.
Made out of cauliflower.
Dang.
Made out of cauliflower, but the way that it is cooked and textured and seasoned, it tastes like buffalo wings.
You know, it's crazy. I was waiting for you to say, oh, it was made out of tofu.
No.
But it's actually not, and that's crazy.
And so let me tell you, there's another restaurant. It's the only Cuban vegan restaurant in California, if not in the United States.
Right.
They used to be in Inglewood. They moved to Pasadena.
Okay.
It's either Pasadena or Burbank. It's a vegan Cuban restaurant. They make all of their vegan food out of jackfruit.
Man, and jackfruit is super nutritious.
Oh man, and they can make anything out of jackfruit. They make what looks like pulled pork out of jackfruit.
Wow.
They make everything, right? And you won't be able to tell that it's jackfruit. You'll swear that you're eating meat.
Hey, you hearing it now. So if you're not a vegan and you're interested in being vegan, go ahead and try it. Like, especially if in the LA area, go ahead and try it, y'all. Like,
Sage restaurants, go to any Yard House. Yard House is national, right? And if you're in LA, go to a Cuban vegan restaurant. We're gonna put the link also in the description to the Cuban vegan restaurant because it's unique.
Yeah.
It's unique, man.
You know, I've never heard of that. And I was in LA, you know.
They're in Inglewood.
Oh, they're in Inglewood.
They were in Inglewood off of Manchester and near La Cienega by Randy's Donuts.
Oh, okay. So a little southwest, right?
But they outgrew that spot. And they moved to, you see the Burbank, I think they moved to Burbank, maybe Pasadena, but we'll put the link in the description.
All right, bet. So now look, man, I got this last question for you. And this question right here is, you know, what advice would you give to new vegans, you know, starting their journey out? You know, I actually just posted a video before this video talking about, you know, 5 tips for new vegans, but I wanna know from your experience, even though you're not a vegan, you're a vegetarian, what are some tips that you can say to the viewers at home watching that want to transition to a vegan diet or a vegetarian diet, but it's hard for them to be disciplined? You know, they might be a teenager in a mom's home and mom don't cook what you know, which is they don't cook what's, you know, vegetarian or vegan. So tell me, what could you give the advice to the viewers at home that could help them along their process of transitioning into a vegan or vegetarian diet?
Sure, and understand the key word is transition, right? So it doesn't mean that from day one, you gotta be a die-hard vegan and give up everything. So the beautiful thing is that a lot of fast food restaurants are now serving vegetarian dishes, right? So Beyond Meat and Impossible Meat are available in Del Taco, El Pollo Loco, Carl's Jr.
And soon to be McDonald's too.
And Burger King.
Even though I don't mess with the fast food joints at all, you know.
But this is where we talk about the transition. So if you're used to eating fast food, now you can still eat fast food, just eat something a little healthier. Eat the vegetarian options. Then the next transition is pre-packaged vegetarian and vegan meals. Right? So when you go to the grocery store, you go to Walmart, you go to Target, you go to Vons, you go to Safeway, all of them have a vegetarian section where they have their frozen meals. Right? And so these are already pre-packaged meals. They got skillet meals where you just take it out of the package, pour it into the skillet. It comes with a sauce packet. You warm that up. You fry it up for about 10 minutes, mix it all together, and boom, and it's all vegetarian. They also have you know, vegan frozen dinners meals, right? So Amy's is a brand that specializes in frozen meals that are vegan or vegetarian.
Also Morningstar too.
Oh, Morningstar's been doing it for a while.
Yeah, Morningstar is pretty big.
Right? And so that's the next transition of how you can now eat better at home. The ultimate transition though is you want to eat what my doctor calls whole foods. So you want to eat whole vegetables. You want to eat whole fruit, right? Not the processed stuff, but this is, you know, going to your farmer markets, right? Going to the vegetable aisle in the supermarket where we may not be used to visiting.
And even though it's like, even though the produce aisle is like what, a quarter or less of the entire damn grocery store? Isn't that crazy that we go to a grocery store, but like a quarter of what we actually buy from? It's just like
there's fresh food that we should be eating, right?
It's crazy.
But you know, every major city has farmer markets, right? And so where you can get your fresh fruit, and then the important thing about sticking and being consistent. Consistency does not mean being perfect.
Man,
it means
I just spoke about this.
It means being consistent on a regular basis. So it means out of 7 days, it means eating at least 4 or 5 days healthy, right?
Okay.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Because you got to change your habits. It all starts with changing that belief system, but you also need a good support system, support group.
Man.
If you don't have the support at home, go online, join a group of vegetarians. If you're on Facebook, there's all types of vegan and vegetarian groups. Follow an influencer on Instagram.
Like me.
Follow my man's channel here on YouTube.
Hey, subscribe to this channel, y'all.
Amen.
Subscribe and turn on post notifications.
So that you get that constant support, because you're not the only one going through what you're going through. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so when you are around people that have a common belief system and that have common challenges in order to change those habits, you don't feel alienated. You don't feel like you're out there by yourself trying to accomplish something that's overwhelming. Okay. So definitely a support group.
Dope. Hey, yo, Mike, this was a dope interview. It's so tight to hear your perspective. As you already know, man, I'm hyped to just to even talk to you about anything, because it's just tight how we met, But this is tight to hear you speak about, your health, your lifestyle, and how you transition and so forth. But it was dope to have you on the channel, man. Thank you for coming out.
Oh,
appreciate
anytime,
it.
Man.
And yeah, if y'all want to check him out and his business as well as his book, it'll all be in the description below. Check it out. I highly recommend it. And with that being said, I hope y'all subscribe and turn on post notifications.